What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be sprucing up the Mustang a little bit. The way I'm going to be doing that is I'm going to be changing the original halogen headlights. I'm not sure if they're original, but let's see. Okay, it says Sylvania, but I'm not sure if those were originals. I think some of the Mustangs came with an imprint of FOMOCO, which is Forward Motoring Company. I am going to be switching it out to a little bit more modern type of headlight, and I'll show you guys those right now. So these are the headlights that I'm going to be installing. Alright, so this is how it looks. There's a bunch of LEDs on the side, or it might just be two. And then this is the low beam and this is the high beam. I know it's weird because the high beams are a bit bigger, but I guess it's the refraction that's supposed to make it high beams. And then there's a gigantic LED strip around, and I guess those are supposed to be the DRLs and the turn signals. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm going to be doing this. First, I'm going to start off by taking off 3 screws. There's 3 screws, one right here, one right here, and one right here. I have no idea what this is. We'll see after I take it out. And then after I take out this portion, there's another 3 screws that is holding in the actual headlamp itself. So let's get to it. Okay, so the 3 screws. To take this out, I'm going to be prying it out right here. Okay, I guess that was just a huge leaf in there. Okay, now to take out the interior portion. This is actually supposed to stay on the headlamp, but I guess with age it kind of did that. There's 3 more Phillips head screws right here. 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna take those out, and then with that I'm gonna turn it to the right so I can pull out the whole headlight. I'm not going to take them all the way out because all I have to do is unscrew them so that I could turn the headlamp assembly. Now I'm going to turn it. So this is the assembly that's holding it in place. I think the welds got loose, so that's why it's loose like this. So now I'm just going to unplug the headlamps. Ow. Okay, so that was a lot of dust, and it seems like the car wasn't washed for a long period of time. Look at that layer of dust. It's not visible on the bottom end, but yeah. Okay, so there you go. Out with the old, in with the new. Okay, so this one, it has 3 plugs. It also has DRLs and high beams, but I'm not going to connect those right now because it requires a lot of wiring, and my car itself, the wiring is kind of bad. I might have to replace the whole wiring of the full car because when I tried taking apart the dash, there were a lot of wires that were frayed and didn't seem like they were in the right position. So for now, I'm going to install all the aesthetic parts, and then I'll start working on the wiring so that I could get everything working. Okay, so this is pretty simple. It's 3-prong and 3-prong. So all you have to do is plug it in. Like this. Alright. Okay, and that's in. On the actual LED headlights themselves, it has a DOT SAE, and I'm going to put that towards the top so I can read it. So it's right there. That's what makes it so that this is the low beam and this is the high beam. And then I guess these are just extra lights. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in. Okay. Then it should fit like this. Now I'm gonna install these so that it stays in place. What you do is you put these into these little bigger holes. This shroud is supposed to hold the headlamp inside. or it should hold the headlamp in place. After you put it into every single hole, 1, 2, and 3, I'm gonna twist it to the right so that it locks into place. Alright, make sure all the screws are in place. And now I'm just gonna tighten the screws. Mine, the welds came off, so it's gonna be dangling a little bit. I'll probably have to buy another replacement for this. But for now, I'm gonna let it run like that. Now I'm gonna put on the final piece for the headlight. All the older headlights are so much easier to put on because all it requires is 3 Phillips screws on the outside and then 3 Phillips screws on the inside. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna put these on. And then I'll show you guys how they look on. Alright, so far that looks pretty nice. Alright, look at that, guys. That looks pretty awesome. Alright, and then these are the old-fashioned ones. Really yellow. So this is not only an aesthetic mod, but it actually helps with the vision at night. So I'd say this is a necessary mod. Alright, so let's get on to the other side and then I'll show you guys with both headlights on. So I can already tell there's 1 screw missing. So this side it kind of rattles. And then there's 2 right there. So let's get on with that. Okay, there it comes with that. Now for the inner screws. Alright. Now, I'm expecting a bunch of dust to fly out. So, yep, here we go. Oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. But this one has that same layer on the top side. Put it in like this. And that's it. All you have to do afterwards is line it up the correct way and then maybe shove these wires into the back. So again, I'm lining up the screws, the Phillips head screws, the larger side of the hole, and then I'm gonna slide it in that way. Alright, give it a twist to the right, and it's in. And we're good. Alright, so the LED lamps are installed, and then I'll show you guys how it looks now with both of them on. That's how it looks, guys. This modification definitely modernizes the car a little bit. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out the wiring, but for now, that's awesome. So when it's on, it's all 3 of these for the low beam. That's just whenever you turn on the headlight itself. Right. Same for this side. And then that's the side profile. It's the same size as the stocks, so it shouldn't have a problem with any protrusion. That's how it looks. Just finished installing the headlights and I think they look amazing for what they are. They were probably around $50 and for the price, I think they really offset the Mustang a lot. Even if you just look at it like that, the Mustang itself looks a lot more aggressive. So when I was looking through the wiring of the car, it looks like I'm gonna have to do the whole wiring system all over again. Because when I press the high beam button, it's like a little pedal next to my clutch. Smoke started coming out from behind the dashboard, and that's never a good sign. So let me know if you guys know any manuals or any instructions on how to replace wiring, because I am a complete beginner at this and any information would help. It seems like it's going to be a lot of work, but I think it's gonna help me a lot on modifying cars and any other modifications that I might have to do to any future cars. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, but it's going to also be a lot of work. But that's okay. That's what this channel's for, right? Learning and evolving my YouTube channel. So don't forget to give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.